Time for tonight's worst persons in the world. The Bronze to the CVS in Garwood, New Jersey. Regular pharmacy customer Catherine O'Connor was walking by when she says she had an asthma attack but did not have her inhaler with her. She went into the CVS to get a refill on her inhaler prescription there, and they wouldn't give it to her. Not because of the prescription, that was fine, because the inhaler cost $21.99, and she and her boyfriend between them only had a $20. He says he offered the pharmacist his cell phone and his wallet and said he'd run right home to get the $2 they were short. By this time, Ms. O'Connor was on the floor of the CVS, so the boyfriend called the paramedics. Fortunately, the woman didn't, die. She is now fine. The CVS pharmacist was and is a jackass. Runner-up Doug Schoen of Fixed News appeared with one of the news actresses over there to analyze the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and its bid to buy the elections for foreign businesses and governments. Never once did Schoen or FoxPac reveal that last month the U.S. Chamber released a poll it had commissioned about health care reform and small businesses. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce described the survey as a poll, quote, by Frank Luntz and Doug Schoen. And unless the two of them did it as a hobby, the U.S. Chamber paid Doug Schoen. And Fox had him on to discuss the Chamber's nefarious fundraising and never mentioned that they'd paid him. Instead, they described Schoen as a, quote, Democratic pollster. But our winner, Brian Kilmeade. There is stupid, and there is bigoted, and there is paranoid, and there is Islamophobic, but it takes a big man to combine all four of them.
Do you think Americans have a right to look at moderate Muslims and say, show me you're not one of them? Because that's really where we're at right now as a country.
No, we're not. But that was just a warm-up. Wait for the hate.
The shoe bomber, the Times Square bomber, the underwear bomber, they have one thing in common. They are all extremists, and they are all Muslims. Not every Muslim's an extremist, a terrorist, but every terrorist is a Muslim. You can't avoid that fact. And that is ridiculous that we got to keep defining this.
Every terrorist is a Muslim. Scott Roeder, who assassinated George Tiller, must be surprised to find out that he's a Muslim. Jim David Adkisson, the church murderer, who says he was inspired by Bernie Goldberg's writing, he converted without his knowledge, apparently. Eric Rudolph, and the guy who tried to attack the Tides Foundation and the ACLU, and the man who detonated a bomb at a mosque in Jacksonville, all Muslims. And Timothy McVeigh.
And the people who equate Timothy McVeigh with the Al Qaeda, a terrorist organization, which is growing, and a threat that exists.
That's right, see, because when McVeigh was put to death, that ended all threats of American-born terrorists on the radical right. So here's one for Mr. Kilmeade. Not every un-American bastard is Brian Kilmeade, but all Brian Kilmeades are un-American bastards. And tonight's worst person in the world.